Gurave Namaha. Okay, so we are going to get started here on our broadcast. Get this out of the way. Few things. And Madhav Sangini Mataji is also here. So there has been a I'm just adding Madhav Sangini's name. So I have got so far Sapotni Garima Kiran, K. Barshana Mataji, Kiran Goyal, Sutapa Mataji, Aruni Mataji, Madhav Sangini. And then I heard one more beep. Who joined us now? Jyoti Mataji joined us. Okay. All right. So perhaps we are ready to start now. Okay. Okay. We're already broadcasting. Let me start sharing my screen here with you. And today's verse is from Bhagavad-gita 3:17. We are reading select verses from Srila Prabhupada, which means verses that Srila Prabhupada used the most when he was preaching. And it is 3.17 today. So we have been, we had started talking about importance of sacrifice and doing things for Kṛṣṇa. So we are continuing in that same mood. There is a tongue twister today. Just giving you the warning ahead of time. 3.17. Yastvātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmani eva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate. Yastvātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmani eva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate. Yastvātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaśच mānavaḥ ātmani ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate. Yaha, one who, tu, but, ātma-ratiḥ, taking pleasure in the self. Eva, certainly, syāt, remains, ātma-tṛptaḥ, self-illuminated, cha, and mānavaḥ, a man, ātmani, or a human being, ātmani, in himself, eva, only, cha, and santuṣṭaḥ, perfectly satiated, tasya, his, kāryam, duty, na, does not, vidyate, exists. But for one who takes pleasure in the self, last time we had talked about taking pleasure in ourselves, and we had said that that person eats sin, right? But now he's saying but, okay? So in contrast with the previous verse, now he's saying but for one who takes pleasure in the self, and you notice here the self is written with the uppercase S. So here we are talking about the super soul, that self, whose human life is one of self-realization and who is satisfied in the self only, fully satiated. For him, there is no duty. Okay? So that person doesn't perform the duties that a human being is supposed to do, like Devarshi Bhutapta Nirnam Pratinam Nakinkaro Nayam Trinicha, right? So we have got debts to our forefathers, debts to the demigods, debts to general people, and so on, the king, so on and so forth. And so we have duties to perform. But then if a person who's taking is completely immersed in the Supreme, then for that person, there is no duty. So going through the breakdown here, so here there's yastva ātma-ratir. If you look at the first line here at the bottom, yastva ātma-ratir, and there is no A here at the end of the V, right? So there it's, if you look at the Sanskrit here, this is a the, and then this is the Va. But the A sound here is actually coming from Atma, right? So this doesn't have an A. But to help you pronounce it easily, when I did the syllable breakdown, I just put these two syllables together so that it's easy for you to pronounce. Yes, Twatma. If you say Twatma, then it's easy for you and it'll go with the rhythm of the verse also. Yes, Twa, Atma. So yes, ātma-ratir eva syād. ātma-tṛptaś ca mānavaḥ. ātmany eva ca santuṣṭas. This might be a tongue twister for some of you. Tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate. And it might be better. Yeah, tasya is also fine. Tasya is also fine. Either way, right? Whichever way you pronounce it, that's fine, as long as it sounds the same. Okay. So, what is the meaning of one who is self-illuminated?
ātma-tṛptaḥ.
ātma-tṛptaḥ. Nice. And then one who is perfectly satiated.
santuṣṭaḥ.
Santuṣṭaḥ. Santuṣṭaḥ. Everybody says santuṣṭaḥ.
santuṣṭaḥ.
Santuṣṭaḥ. Ta. So, right? Yeah, this is a ta. There's a difference between this T.
santuṣṭaḥ.
There's a difference between this T and this T. This is a soft T. This is the hard one, right? This is ta for titli. This is ta for tomato, right? Yeah. So tasya. Okay. Santuṣṭas.
santuṣṭas.
Okay. All right. So then, who doesn't have any duties?
The person who is completely illuminated in the self.
Self-realizing.
Who's not? Whose human life is one for self-realization, right? But then, not just self-realization, because if you just realize the self, then you just know that you are the soul. But you have to go even further beyond the soul. You have to go to the super soul, and that's why the first line is saying, "You take pleasure in the self." That is, where Kṛṣṇa is. Okay. So let's get started. We have the reading order, starting with Subodhini, doing the syllables now.
यस्तात्मा-रातिर् एव स्यात् ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmany एव च santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Ātmanya, this manya,
ātmany.
manya, and then tasya kāryaṁ.
Tasya kāryaṁ.
Kāryam. Yeah.
Tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Vidyate. Okay. And what is kāryam?
Duty.
Duty.
Correct. Okay. So let's go to Garima.
Yastev ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmani eva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Go. Do the two lines, the second and the third slowly, focusing on the syllables. Just focus on the syllables.
Okay. ātma-tṛptaś ca mānavaḥ ātmani eva ca santuṣṭas.
Good. Kiran? Khosla?
Hare Krishna ji. Yash ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś tasya mānavaḥ ātmany ca santuṣṭaḥ.
Santuṣṭas.
Sorry. Santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Nice. Varshanamati?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Yasvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmanya eva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna. Yes, ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmanya eva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice. Chittappa?
Yasvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmanya eva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Tasya kāryam.
Tasya kāryaṁ.
Kāryam, right? Not karyam, kāryam. And what's the meaning of kāryam?
Duty.
Duty.
Duty. Nice. Good. Arni?
Yasvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmanyeva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Okay. Very nice. Madhusangini?
Hare Krishna. Yasvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmanye eva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice. Jyoti?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś cha mānavaḥ ātmany eva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice. Okay. So let's go and now practice the full-fledged one, right? Yasvatmatir eva syāt ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmanyeva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate. Subodhni?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, ātma-ratir eva syād.
Ratir, not ratir. Ratir.
Yes, ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmany eva cha santuṣṭas tasya eva kāryaṁ na vidyate. Tasya eva na kāryaṁ
Where
vidyate.
is Eva? Where is Eva?
Tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Na vidyate. Okay. Karima?
Yes, so ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmaneva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Nice. Now do it one more time with more energy. Put more energy into it.
Okay.
As if you're excited about this verse. And this is the best verse
Okay.
in the whole world.
Okay.
Okay.
Tasya ātma-ratireva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmaneva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Very nice. Yeah. Give it more punch now. Third time. Go for
Yes.
it.
Yasteva ātma-ratireva syād ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmaneva cha santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Nice. Okay. Kiran Kosladaji. Continue the energy.
Yastva ātma-ratir
Okay, so here I had particularly brought these two together so that you don't stumble, right, when you're reading it. If you go these two together, the flow will be nice. Yes, tvatma, you see what I'm saying? Yes, tvatma. Tvatma?
Yes.
Yeah, don't break it.
Yastva ātma-ratir syād ātma-tṛptaś
Tash. Triptash, not tash.
Sorry. tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmany eva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Nice. Vachana?
Hare Krishna. Yastvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ
Not triptish.
tṛptaś
Keep your eyes there.
ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmany eva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Okay. I'm noticing that quite a few of you, when you come here to this one, you are saying ātmany eva. Right?
Ātmanya eva.
So, right? So I'm hearing this, and from almost for everybody except for a few. Ātmany, this is what I'm hearing. Ātmany eva. There's a break, right? There is no E here. Okay? So if you want to combine, and it will make it easy if you combine the E from here and give it to the one before. Ātmaneva. You see?
Ātmanya eva.
Right? It will be easy and it will come in the rhythm and the meter of the verse. That same thing here also, tvatma. So, if we put it here right next to it, and I think I should change the color for this so that it's glaringly that we have brought something from other word. It'll make it easy for you. Some of you are doing it, but I just wanted to mention that. Okay. ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas, like that. Okay. Do it one more time, Prashant from the beginning.
Ji Mataji. Yes, ātma-ratir
No.
Yastvatma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice. Kiran Kulmati.
Yastva ātma
No, not yastva atma. I just now said.
Yastva ātma-ratir eva syād ātma-tṛptaś ca mānavaḥ ātmany eva ca
ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas. There is
ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ
not tasya. Where is the ye?
tasya
Yeah.
tasya kāryam
No.
na vidyate.
Right. Ātmanyeva, there is no, ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas. Right? The N here, you see the na adha hai na. Right? If the N is half in the Sanskrit, then you cannot say Ātmanya eva. You cannot say that. Right? So manya, Ātmanya, Ātmanyeva, like that. So there's combination here, right? So, okay, next time, just be mindful. Everybody put your eyes on the verse before you read. Don't read from your mind and from assumptions. Okay? So, Tapa.
Yastatmaratireva syād ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate. Aruni?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
Very nice. Madhusangini?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्याद् आत्मा-तृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
Yate. Nice. Jyotimachi?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्यात् ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmanev ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Very nice. Okay. Now let's get started again from the beginning. Yastvatma-ratireva syāt ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate. Starting with Subodhini.
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्यात् ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ ātmanev ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Nice. Garima, energy.
यस्तेवात्मा-रतिरेव स्याद् ātma-tṛptaśच मानवः आत्मनैव च सन्तुष्टस्तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
There you go. This time you were completely looking at the verse. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Kiran.
Yastva ātma-tṛptaś.
No, not yastva atma.
Yastvātma-ratir iva syād.
Syād. Eva syād.
Iva syād. ātma-tṛptaś ca mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Nice. Yastvatma-ratireva syāt ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्यात् ātma-tṛptaśच mānavaḥ ātmanev ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Give me the last line again.
Tasya kāryaṁ na vidyate.
Vidyate. Nice. Kiran, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्याद् ātma-tṛptaśc mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Tasya. Not tasye. Tasya.
Tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Vidyate. Good, good. Sitapa?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्याद् आत्मा-तृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
Nice. Yastvatma-ratireva syāt ātma-tṛptaśca mānavaḥ ātmanyeva ca santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate. Aruni?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
Madhusangini?
यस्त्वात्मा-रतिरेव स्याद् आत्मा-तृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते.
Nice. Jyotimachi?
Mataji, I can't see the screen.
Can others see the screen?
Yes.
यस्त्वा-ātma-ratirev स्यात् ātma-tṛptaśc mānavaḥ
ātma-tṛptaś. ātma-tṛptaś.
ātma-tṛptaṣ mānavaḥ ātmane
Yeah, ātma-tṛptaś. It's a sha. ātma-tṛptaś. Adha sha hai, yeah.
ātma-tṛptaṣ mānavaḥ ātmane evcha santuṣṭas tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Tasya. So there's a difference between tasya and tasya.
Tasya
Hmm.
kāryam na vidyate.
Right, okay. I will speak and then you can complete, everybody. Yes, Atma.
Ratir eva syād.
Eva syād.
Svatātma.
Ātmanyeva.
Ātmaneva.
santuṣṭas.
ātma-tṛptaś.
Mānavaḥ.
Tasya kāryam.
Na vidyate.
Vidyate.
Yes, Atma.
Ratir
Ratir eva syād.
ātma-tṛptaś.
Mānavaḥ.
ātmanyeva.
Santuṣṭas.
Tasya kāryam.
Na vidyate.
Na vidyate.
Yes, ātma-ratir syād. Give me the next line.
ātma-tṛptaś mānavaḥ.
ātmanyeva cha santuṣṭas.
Tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Give me the first line.
ātma-ratir eva syād.
Okay, I heard yastva atma. Who said that? Give me the first line again.
Yes,
I'm still hearing one tva atma.
Yes,
Atma.
Ātma. Ratir eva
Everybody
syād.
say tvatma.
Svatma.
Tvatma.
Atma.
Tvatma.
Yes,
Okay.
Svatma.
Give me the second line. Give me the second line.
ātma-tṛptaṣ
mānavaḥ.
Third.
Ātmani
ātmaneva
vaca
santuṣṭas.
Fourth.
tasya kāryam na vidyate.
Okay, now all of you together, give me the whole verse.
Can you count?
Okay, yes, thank you. 1 and 2. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to mention that even if I count 1, 2, and 3, right? Some of you will go slow and some of you will finish the line, right? And so very soon there is a complete chaos when I'm hearing, okay? Because somebody's in line 2, somebody's in line 3. So what you should do as a matter of courtesy to other reciters, that you could be, yes, wait at the end of a line. Okay, if you finish soon, that's fine. You can breathe and then wait for the last one to finish, and then all of you can do that, right? So this exercise is not so much about reciting. It is about reciting, but it's also so much about hearing what is happening around you, because our philosophy is based around the sound, right? So we have to learn how to hear first, very scrutinizingly, okay? So I'll give you the count and be mindful. 1, 2, and 3.
Yes,
ātma-ratiḥ
Ātmanyeva
santuṣṭas.
Tasya kāryam na
vidyate.
Right. Now, so you were very, very good. Much better from what we do all the time, right? So now whenever we do this singing in the unison, we'll follow this, but I'll put one more thing, right? So depending on who is the first person to join the class that day, for this session, the last part, we will make that person as the lead, which basically means that once I count 1, 2, and 3, all of you have to wait for that person to start, right? And then you join quickly. And then we wait for everybody to finish the line. And then we again wait for the leader, okay, to do that. And now let us try that here one more time here. So Subodhini was the first person to join. So we have to listen to Subodhini, okay? So first you listen to me as I count. And then after that, you tune into Subodhini, okay? And Subodhini, you be mindful here when others have finished. And then only you start the next line. 1, 2, and 3.
ātma-ratiḥ.
Still hearing yastva atma. I'm still hearing yastva atma.
ātma-ratiḥ eva syād.
ātma-tṛptaś
Garima, you have to wait for Subodhini.
ātma-tṛptaś
ātma-tṛptaś
mānavaḥ ātmaneva ca santuṣṭas
santuṣṭas
tasya kāryaṁ vidyate.
Vidyate, right? Okay, good. Nice verse today. Try to focus on the self. Take pleasure in the self. Have a
Mataji, we are
fantastic
not recording, Shraddha-ma.
Mataji, can you explain the verse meaning more little bit?
more little bit. Okay, why don't we go and read the purport, right? Let's just do that together. When you say we are not recording, we're not broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube?
No, it is there, Mataji. No,
It is
we
there?
are not
Okay.
doing our job actually.
Okay, so do your job.
You are doing fine, but we are not doing. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that's fine. And it's a practice, it's a sadhana, right? Over practice, you will get that. करत करत अभ्यास के जड़मती होत सुजान बसरी आवत जाते सिर पर होत निशान. So what that means is that by doing practice and practice, somebody who doesn't even know anything will become knowledgeable just by practicing, right? For example, if you don't know how to play the piano, but if you keep on practicing it, then one day you will learn and you will be knowledgeable on how to play the piano. Rasri avat jate sil par hot nisan. So what it says is that on a well, right? I don't know how many of you have seen a well, but on a well, people tie a rope to a bucket and they lower the bucket into the water and then they pull the rope back. So as the rope is being pulled back, it goes and touches the sides of the wall. And over a period of time, by the touching of the rope on the sides of the wall, the sides of the well, which are made of stone, those sides, get a mark on them. Otherwise, if you take a stone and you put a rope right next to it and you say, can the rope cut the stone? And the answer will be no, right? It's not sharp enough. But over repeatedly, doing that, even a rope is able to cut something so difficult to cut as a stone from the rope's perspective, right? So similarly here also, it's a practice. I mean, it's funny that you bring that up, Subodhini, because as I was listening to all of you today, especially the word breakdown that we did, I was just thinking that 3 years ago, it used to be a lot of, lot of practice, lot of stop, and lot of do again. Almost every word, everybody had to be stopped. And I was just admiring that how far the class has come. And, I don't know if you noticed, but we did very little of the breakdown thing. And all of you did it only once. And then you went to the full-flown verse today. So practice, practice, practice. Only. But it's nice to have that feeling that I'm not doing enough, because otherwise we'll sit back and not do anything. Okay, right. So let's look at the purport. A person who is fully Krishna conscious and is fully satisfied by his acts in Krishna consciousness no longer has any duty to perform. Due to his being Krishna conscious, all impiety within is instantly cleansed, an effect of many, many thousands of yajña performances. By such clearing of consciousness, one becomes fully confident of his eternal position in relationship with the Supreme. His duty has thus become self-illuminated by the grace of the Lord, and therefore he no longer has any obligations to the Vedic injunctions. Such a Krishna conscious person is no longer interested in material activities and no longer takes pleasure in material arrangements like wine, women, and similar infatuations. Right? So, Garima, here he's saying that one who takes pleasure in the self, right? And I had mentioned that the S there is written with a uppercase S. So it's not myself, it's not Atma that I am, taking pleasure. You can take pleasure in the Atma also, because once you realize I'm the Atma and I'm not the body, then a lot of the miseries go away, right? Because the miseries come from the body. And so here they're saying that beyond that, they're saying that you are fully satisfied in the self with the uppercase S, right? You see over here, they have not, on the middle of the sentence, they have used uppercase. So capital S. And so what Prabhupada is explaining in the purport here is saying that taking pleasure in the self, what does it mean to take pleasure in the self, right? or what does it mean to take pleasure in God? The pleasure in taking pleasure in God is that you will be doing whatever people do for God. And what do we do for God? We do seva, we do worship, we read the scriptures like that, we distribute prasadam, we honor prasadam like that, right? So he's saying that a person who is fully Krishna conscious basically means that in everything that you do, you have to keep Krishna in mind, and is fully satisfied by his acts in Krishna consciousness. That person doesn't have any duty. For example, if you look at Srila Prabhupada, right? Srila Prabhupada was a married man. He had children. So one might say that he had a duty as the head of the household. His duty was to take care of the family, right? But he took sannyas at a certain point in time in life, right? He took sannyas. And why? Because all his acts that he was already doing. He was sitting in Vrindavan, translating the scriptures. He was, giving lectures, going here and there. He was already doing Krishna conscious activities. And so for him, his duty of taking care of his family was no longer there, because he was aiming and working towards a higher cause. If he had stayed in his family, he would have just taken care of 4 children and wife like that. But by venturing out of that and going outside into the bigger world, he took care of thousands of people and continues to take care of thousands of people through his disciplic succession. So otherwise, people have duties, and this is just one duty, immediate duty that I said, is to take care of the family. Right? The other duties are also there. A person has a duty for the king. A person has a duty for his ancestors, and so on and so forth. Right? So when a person gets to, so now we should not think at our level that. By the way, when it comes to duties, the duty is not only for like our family, our nation, and things like that. Right? For example, somebody might say, I'm speaking on internet and I'll be wrapped. Somebody might say that, to vote, right? In the elections, to vote is your duty. As a citizen of a country, you're supposed to vote. Now, if a person, is engaged in Krishna consciousness and doesn't have time to go and vote, is it a bad thing he did? Is it a good thing he did? So this verse is saying that, for him, there is no duty. So it's okay if he let go of that. Okay? But the key point here is that 4 of us should not think that I am acting already in Krishna consciousness, so I have no duty to perform. And when it comes to the duties, one of the duties also our duty towards this body. So I remember a long time ago, I was distributing books, and I met a person who was very pious and, very much interested in Krishna consciousness. So we went to his home to do some katha, and he invited us actually. So we went there. And so when we went into his home, he used to do, so I found that he was living very sparsely. And he was, very, very sparse, in the sense that, he had a room, nothing in the room. And in the middle of the room on the floor, there was a deity, and there was a plate, and the plate was full of ashes. And in the middle of it, there was a lamp, and he had just finished his prayers. So I said, oh, wow, there's so much of ashes. How many lamps did you, lamp? And there was a agarbatti ash and all that was full of ashes. And so he said, nah, I just don't clean it. So this is from 1 week. So to think that I don't have a duty to clean the paraphernalia because I'm just offering it every day, no. So we should not jump to that level and think that I have reached that level, I don't even have a duty. I don't even have to take a shower, because I understand I'm the soul, I'm not the body. But it is your duty also to keep this body fit. You have to keep the body fit, right? Because if you don't have the fit body, then how will you do Krishna consciousness? How will you perform any act of Krishna consciousness, right? So, Garima, does that help?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, but thank you for asking that question and thinking about the verse. Yeah. Is there a comment there?
Oh, thank you so much. Mataji.
Okay. All right.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Very
Right.
nicely.
I will take your leave, and we will continue to read today at 12 o'clock. I'm in a person's home, and we're reading the book 4 Questions Asked and we are reading it scrutinizingly. I'll broadcast it on Zoom at
One
12.
thing surprising, I had bought this book online and I got only the sample and not the book full.
From Amazon?
Yes, Mother.
And what is the meaning of sample?
Sample is only the first part, not first part, Mataji, few pages only.
Is it? You bought the electronic thing?
Electronic.
You should get the whole thing there. Just check it out with Amazon. Call Amazon support and tell them. You should get the whole thing, yeah. Tell them this is the order. They will walk you through it. So there is a Amazon support number. You can call them. They are very good. The customer support service is very good. They will
Okay.
give you that. Yeah, yeah.
I'll ask.
Mataji, can I just add to what you said, or how I see it?
Yeah, please go.
Self. Yeah, if you have the thought even that I am fully realized and I am situated in the self, the fact that you have the I itself shows that you're not immersed in the self. Because if you were, then there wouldn't be this question of I am this, I am that anyway.
Exactly, yes. And sometimes people interpret very well said that there is the I. And so it's very nice to be cognizant of the fact that are my thoughts smelling of the I? Because it's I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. And so sometimes, people interpret the teachings in the wrong way. And for example, a person might just say that, so you try to get rid of the I, which is basically try to get rid of the false pride that you have in everything. I am the owner, I am this, I am that, I'm learned, I'm Kṛṣṇa conscious, like that. So that pride comes. And that's why they say pride is one of the things that takes you away from devotional service. So, Rashana, so here they are saying that the teacher might say that, annihilate the I. So annihilate the I is get rid of the I completely. So get rid of the I completely. Basically what he's saying is that you stop thinking that I am something. But then people go into a completely different route and say, okay, annihilate the I, have to merge into the Supreme. That's even worse than, thinking that I'm good. Now I'm thinking I'll become God. Right? So yeah, very nicely put.
Mataji, in the class, in the temple, somebody said this, that people keep calling, people keep telling me that I'm really renounced and I'm a good person. I mean, they keep telling the other person. And she said that I get confused myself, that is it so? People say, and am I really a renounced person? Am I really a learned person? And Balbhadra Prabhuji answered the question. Read the 13th chapter very carefully. You will get the answer. So I really liked his answer.
So what is in chapter 13 that you get the answer?
About that your body and all that is explained very nicely. So I came home immediately. When I came, I said, I must open it and read it.
That's a good thing. That's a good follow-up to do, right?
Yeah, but
and
I
also
want
one
to
of
know,
the things,
what is chapter 13? What is the essence of it that's answering the question? I mean, what about the body?
Nature, the enjoyer, and the consciousness, Mataji, it is explained very nicely in that about your body.
so I need to answer your question.
Yes.
There, right? So in that chapter, there is Kshetra and Kshetrajna, right? And so body is the field of activity, and there is a knower of the field of activity. So that is one knower, right? But then it also talks about the other knower, who is Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa knows about all the bodies. So that so it's a grounding. The chapter grounds you from from thinking that I am this, I am that. It's saying that there is somebody who is superior to you, and that is Kṛṣṇa there, right? So one of the things that I also wanted to add is that when you get these accolades, and you will get, because you are doing devotional service. So there is an improvement that is happening in all of us. And others will notice that also, right? And they will compliment, because it's a good thing to compliment when you see something nice. So they will compliment. But the question is, how do you take that compliment?
Yeah.
Should that compliment go to your head? And a lot of people ask that question, right? That what is humility? Is humility that I try to act like King Pratap and try to sleep sweeping the floor? I mean, of course, he was a true humble person, but should we do that? Is humility that I'm the one who cleans the toilets in the temple? And any person who doesn't clean the toilet but sits on the vyasas and in lecture, is he lower or less humble because he's taking? So humility is also defined as whenever anybody gives you a compliment, right? Whenever somebody gives a compliment to somebody, you can act very humble, right? Yeah, I can be, coy and like that, right? I can do all that. But real humility is that when you acknowledge that whatever you have, that you are being praised for, that is coming from Kṛṣṇa. That is the real humility. And that is where chapter 13 is coming into picture also, telling you, like, you know what? Yes, I know you know all that, but it's just a fraction of what you're
When somebody
acknowledging.
appreciates you, it becomes difficult to look into the eyes also. You feel easy.
Yeah.
You can't look up.
Yeah. So on that thought, we'll take leave today. And we'll meet some of you in few hours and some of you next week. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Gaur Premanande.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.